Hi there, it's John. Welcome to the channel. Still December the 14th, a little bit later in the day. And this video is called Leaders versus Losers. It's the tale of four party leaders in the country. It's quite obvious who the leaders are here and who are the losers. Now, the last video in this is a classic, a Canadian classic. It should go down all time as one of the greatest political videos of all time. If you've seen it, watch it again. If you haven't, you're going to love it. Thanks for watching.
There will be a massive, most aggressive in our lifetime crackdown on crime. We'll repeal.
Okay, let's get it. The most aggressive in our lifetime crackdown on crime.
Yes.
How do you do that?
Well, we start by repealing the catch and release hug-a-thug laws that Trudeau has passed. We will repeal C-75. This is the catch and release bail law that allows the same offenders to be arrested 50, 60 times a year and be released within hours. I'm getting rid of that. You will be ineligible for bail, probation, house arrest, or early release if you have a long rap sheet. It will be jail, not bail, jail, not bail. We will get rid of C-83, which allows Paul Bernardo to go into a medium security penitentiary. He'll go back into a maximum pen and come out only in a box. And then the next one we're going to get rid of is C-5, which is the house arrest law that allows convicted criminal perverts, repeat violent offenders, career car thieves to do their sentences living in their living room, watching Netflix or playing Grand Theft Auto. That's gone. So those guys will be back in jail. So it's going to be a massive, and by the way, we're going to go way further than that. We're not only going to appeal the liberal laws, but I'll be bringing in even tougher laws, and I will do whatever it takes to make sure those laws stay in place.
Now, it shouldn't be that way. It wasn't supposed to be that way. We were supposed to be on a steady, if difficult sometimes, march towards progress. And yet, just a few weeks ago, the United States voted for a second time to not elect its first woman president. Everywhere, women's rights and women's progress is under attack, overtly and subtly. But I want you to know that I am, and always will be, a proud feminist. You will always have an ally in me and in my government.
Premier Smith, it is so great to see you. Thank you for joining the program.
Thanks for having me.
You know, we want to ask you about your decision to secure your southern border and more about the investments that you're making there. And then also the decision to do that, because it seems like you are meeting our president-elect Trump where he is with his concerns about illegal immigration into the United States. Why respond in kind there?
Well, I can tell you that when I hear President-elect Trump speak and tell you the things that are irritating him, I take him seriously. And so we know that we've got a problem in Canada as well with the illegal trafficking in humans, in the illegal trafficking of guns, and in the illegal trafficking of fentanyl. So we went down a pathway a couple of years ago to start shoring up our sheriffs, to train them so that they could be deployed at the border as well as on specialized teams for fentanyl. And we're just accelerating that plan. So we've got 51 officers that will be deploying 7 units. They'll be armed. We'll have drone technology so that they're able to monitor the border. In addition, we'll have dog sniffing crews so that we can do commercial vehicle inspections. And we're going to establish a 2-kilometer zone, which is considered a critical infrastructure defense zone, so that we can catch people going in and out and make sure that nobody is going either way who mean to cause either of our countries harm.
If I can be really blunt, I've seen a lot of older white men fail upwards again and again. And that is just going to continue unless we actually try to change things. So I fundamentally believe if you don't change things, you're going to have the same system. And the same system is going to benefit those that were already in power. So you have to fundamentally do things to change it. And that's what Equal Voice is about. Saying we got to change the way things are if we want different results. If you want different outcomes, you can't just hope they're going to happen. You got to make them happen. And that's with policies. That's by putting in place real clear strategies.
You know what Montreal Liberals tell me? They're not leaving the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party has left them. And I'm here to say, with my arms wide open, welcome.
So on that front, and I want to talk about the protest, what we've seen for now over a year in this city. liberal government, they can make the argument, well, we've never invested more. They pay for a special representative on Islamophobia. They pay for a special representative against anti-Semitism, right?
What has that done? Have these special representatives been out in the street shutting down these riots? Every time there's a problem, Justin Trudeau creates a new bureaucracy, creates a new high-paid position for someone with a corner office making $250,000 of taxpayers' money, and the problem gets worse. Spending more money on these problems is not the solution.
So you become prime minister. People like Amira El-Gawabi and Deborah Lyons lose their posts?
I think these posts are useless. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I don't think they do anything. And I also think we have to stop dividing people by race, ethnicity, religion. I think all racism is bad. I'm against every form of racism. And I also think we should treat people like individuals. And let's get back to Martin Luther King. Judge people by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin. Mm-hmm. There's never been more racism and racial tension than now after 9 years of Trudeau.
And my only request for everyone is to be really thoughtful and go into the choices you make with eyes wide open. I think there's a number of folks in different countries, and I won't point out any particular one, where folks are going to be wondering about the choice they may be made in elections. Let's not be that kind of country in Canada.
On the topic, in terms of your sort of strategy currently, you're obviously taking the populist pathway.
What does that mean?
Well, appealing to people's more emotional levels, I would guess. Certainly you tap very strong ideological language quite frequently.
Like what?
Left wing, this and that, right wing. It's that type of ideological thing.
I never really talk about left
or
right.
Anyways, I don't
really believe in that.
Okay. A lot of people would say that you're simply taking a page out of the Donald Trump book.
Like which people would say that?
Well, I'm sure a great many Canadians, but...
Like who?
I don't know who, but...
Well, you're the one who asked the question, so
yeah.
You must know somebody.
Okay. I'm sure there's some out there, but anyways, the point of this question is, why should Canadians trust you with their vote, given, not just the sort of ideological inclination in terms of taking the page out of Donald Trump's book, but
what are you
also
talking about? What page? Can you give me a page? Give me the page. You keep saying
in terms of turning things quite dramatically in terms of Trudeau and the left wing and all of this. You make quite a it's quite a play that you make on it. So I'm
not
just
sure.
wondering.
I don't know what your question is.
Then forget that. Why should Canadians trust you with their vote?
Common sense. Okay. Common sense for a change. We're going to make common sense common in this country. We don't have any common sense in the current government. The guy prints $600 billion, grows our money supply by 32% in 3 years. That's growing the money 8 times faster than the economy. No wonder we have the worst inflation in 4 decades. I'm going to cap spending, cut waste, so that we can balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. You'll want to be able to pay your mortgage again? You want to be able to afford rent? Then you have to vote for Pierre Poilievre, because I'm the only one with a common sense plan that will bring back the buying power of your paycheck.